Welcome to the Chain Out Podcast with your hosts, Jeremy and Darryl.
I think we're coming. There we are. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Chain Out Podcast, Season 3, Episode 134. And we're back, baby.
We are.
It's hard to believe it, Mr. Darryl, but we're back in Alberta.
Mr. Darryl, that's my dad.
All right, mister. So after our BC adventures last week,
yeah,
right? like this time last week we were here.
Yeah.
We've been to BC. We've come back.
Yeah. We definitely divided and conquered.
We certainly did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we should use, we were talking about this before the show, like we haven't even caught up yet.
Yeah.
We've got so much to say. I figured let's catch up and catch the listeners up.
Yeah.
And try to cover as much ground as we can before our guests show up. Yeah.
Okay, well, the Tournament Capital Open took place in Kamloops over the weekend. You were there. And tonight we'll have MPO winner Noah Higgins and FPO winner Zoe Andyke on the show. We'll get to hear all about their experiences, how they got on, how they finished in the winner's circle. That'll be all in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it will. And like I was saying, last weekend was kind of interesting because although we were both in BC, we were still a 7-hour drive apart. With you at the Smith Lake Farm Disc Golf Camp, year number 2. And because we haven't had a chance to catch up, the floor is yours, my friend.
Right.
Tell us all about it.
Just want to, right off the bat, it's the World Cup season. England played today.
Yeah, I was wondering. That was I was trying to figure out what disc golf manufacturer was on your chest there.
That's all I'm saying. England won. I'm treating myself to an English beer, Old Speckled Hen.
Old Speckled Hen, you say?
Smith Lake Farm, year 2. What an amazing time. I know we hyped it up, but it definitely, I don't know whether it was the fact that I knew my way around a bit more. I knew more people there. There was only 15 returning guests. So everybody else was
how
new.
many?
I think it was
about
out of
60 or 70?
70, I think, in the end, yeah. But we just seemed to do more this year than we did last year. So I went with Sonia because obviously you were in TCO in Kamloops. So we flew early. We left on Thursday from Edmonton.
Right.
Got there late Thursday night, so we didn't do anything Thursday night. But Friday morning, okay, we're gonna rattle through these because these are quick. I'll get as far as I can.
Okay.
Friday morning was it was on all day. It was a flex start, but it was a maximum of two re-entries, so 3 rounds in total. A 1-disc challenge.
Okay.
At a course locally known as Cumbie, but it's in Cumberland, and it's Coal Creek Disc Golf Course is the actual name of the course.
Gotcha.
Amazing course. It's a shorter course, but it's a wooded, fairly flat course. They have great amenities. It's a community-run course. It's community built. They have benches at every tee pad.
Okay.
Made out of
like a bench there?
Yeah, like at least one. Sometimes they had 2. They had bag hooks at every tee pad.
Oh, that's cool.
And they were far
Those
enough
look pretty
away.
sturdy.
Yeah, they were far enough away that you could get to, you could hang 4 bags. So sometimes you'll see them up against a fence and you can only get 1, maybe 2 bags on. These were, you could get access all around.
So tell me, as you're going about this.
Yeah.
So you said this re-entry thing. What are you talking about? Are you going to get to that part?
So you play your round.
Yeah.
It was an event on U-Disc. They set it up, 1-disc round. You did the tournament. After you finish that, you could then go back and re-enter the tournament again.
To try and better your score?
To better your score.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I played it twice. The first round, obviously learning the course, I scored a -1. We were just about to leave because we were going to try and get back to... first-time listeners here again.
Yeah.
We were trying to get back to Smith Lake Farm for a B tour.
Oh.
But we had some time.
A B tier?
A B tour.
Oh, B tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had some time. And then somebody started a WhatsApp group of everybody at the farm saying, hey, let's start a WhatsApp if you want to. Sure. If you need a ride to a course, if you want to do a pickup round or anything like that. So we met John Benjamin. Shout out to John if you're listening.
Okay.
We ended up going around with him. So we went around a second time. Second time was a lot better. There you go. Greybeard says they allowed up to 3 replays.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Second time around, I shot a -8.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's pretty spicy.
That was pretty spicy. It's pretty spicy. Thomas went round -16.
Holy crow. And he was using a putter, I'm sure.
He was jump putting some of these
holes. Were you T-birding? What were you doing?
No, I was dart.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had my champion dart.
That understable dart you were talking about.
Well, I got a champion dart.
Oh, nice.
Okay. A star dart, sorry, not champion, dart. Yeah. So that was on the Friday morning. 12 o'clock, we get back to Smith Lake Farm. We make it in time for the bee tour.
Yes.
That was awesome. We got to put on the beekeeping suits.
Oh, cool.
Went out into the hives. There was a thing called a swarm, which was a load of bees that were going to leave. They were in a tree. So Brian, Claire's partner, took a cardboard box, went up underneath the tree, shook the branches. All the bees fell down into the box. They quickly covered it up, left a little hole. Hopefully they got the queen in there. Then we went off and did something else. We came back and there were no bees in the tree. They'd all kind of like swarmed after the queen. Claire said that if that swarm had just, because sometimes they'll see a swarm just going off, that is about $700 or $300 just in that swarm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they were lucky to keep it around.
Yeah.
They were going to reintroduce that to another hive.
Wow.
So that was pretty amazing getting to do all of that. Went back for the beat tour. So then we checked in.
You sound like an auctioneer here.
Then we checked in. Chance was checking everybody in. You had there wasn't that any left when I got there, but when you first got there was a glitch, a pitch, or a parachute. Okay. I ended up getting a glitch and a mini.
Ooh.
We got these awesome Smith Lake Farm bag tags.
Sweet.
And on the back, I don't know if the camera can pick up that, there's a number.
Yeah.
There you go. So everybody got these, and you were encouraged to play for bag tags for, like if you were playing chess.
Anything you were doing.
Yeah. If you were playing mini disc, if you're playing table tennis, if
hot
you're
dog
playing
eating
trivia,
contest.
Anything, you were playing for bag tags all weekend.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So they were pretty cool. We got a little wooden Smith Lake Farm keychain as well. Lots of stickers and all that sort of stuff.
Cool.
Then in the afternoon on the Friday, we're still not even into the camp yet.
Yeah.
On the Friday.
This is like welcome day.
Random flip doubles. So we did that. Went out on a card of 4. I got paired up with quickly, where are we? Here we are. I got paired up with, from left to right, Josh Gorey, Keith Turpin, and the man on the right hand there in the brown hat. That is the vice president of the Comox Valley Disc Golf Association, Len Wells.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a great fun round that we went out, and I was Len's partner. That was great. Len, is one of those guys where he says to me, I don't throw any Innova. I don't like Innova so much. And I was like, well, you happen to say that, but I only throw Innova. And he kind of gives me a cheeky nod and says, yeah, I know, I listen. So that was kind of like fun way to introduce yourself to people that we see out there in the wild, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. It sounds like a good group of guys. It looked like you guys were having smiles on. It was fun time.
Exactly. Great round.
Yeah.
Head back to Alders Beach where we had our camp. Did a mini disc round. They had a 9-hole mini basket set up. The course was on U-disc.
Was it different? A different setup than last time, or about
a
the
little
same?
bit. Yeah, about the same, but a little bit. A few holes were changed, but yeah.
Okay.
Then we had supper at Alders Beach.
And what was supper?
It was burgers, I believe, on the first night.
Cool.
Saturday, I get up at 7:30 a.m. We hit the yoga.
Oh, that was really you?
That was really
because I watched the video and it said here and it showed the coach.
The coach.
Then it showed. I thought it was you, but then as it faded away, it showed the cabin. So I thought maybe you were the one sleeping in the cabin still.
No, Clea took the video. That was me. I was there doing the yoga. Yeah, at 7:30. So we did that. Then we headed over to Smith Lake, did the backhand clinic. We had some practice time. We did the forehand clinic with Nate Sexton. Showed when we were doing the backhand clinic, he said, okay, I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek. This is my new retooled disc.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it was his new retooled rat. So if you've seen social media, he has a new, the rat 4202. He had it retooled a little bit because he wanted something to be able to forehand to be not as overstable as the Toro. So he has a new disc, and he got to show us that. Cool. Then we had some forehand practice. Then after lunch, we did the champs versus chumps. I'm just going to finish day one. We did the champs versus chumps.
So that wouldn't have been even, last year was 17, and there's been one or two in between. So was this 19 or was this 20?
Yes, this is 20.
20, okay.
Yeah. I chose a new hole, and I got a deserved better from Nate Sexton. I'm just going to quickly show you a clip of it.
A deserved better?
If you can listen. I don't know if you'd be able to pick it up.
Let's go, Darryl! Woo! Chain out! Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh.
It deserved better, I thought.
There you go. You heard Nate Sexton. It deserved better. Everyone was thinking that was a perfect shot, but it hit a tree. So
you had a good cheering club there too. A lot of support.
Yeah.
I think I even heard a chain out in there.
Yeah. Thanks to Sonia for that. She was doing the filming. Yeah.
Nice.
There you go. And then I did a run while I was there as well on the Saturday. We went back to Alders. We had supper again. We had hot dogs on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we played another mini disc round.
Wow.
And that's just the Saturday.
And
Sunday
then you got
still
Sunday.
to come.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think one of the things with tonight's show, we do around the basket. And I think maybe what we should do is save some of that around the basket time.
We should, but I just want to get
really
to one thing.
Get deep in it.
We'll do one thing and then we'll
move
on.
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Okay, because I recently put out a post. I think it was our giveaway, the FPO disc giveaway. I said, tag an FPO that you'd like us to interview.
Sure.
Somebody, it was Sonia, said, let's interview Sophia Donica because we really want to know how Jeremy did at caddying at Jonesboro.
Okay.
So I got the chance.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Hey everybody, Darryl from Chain Out Podcast here at Smith Lake Farm Disc Golf Camp, and I'm here with the one, the only Sophia Donica. How are you enjoying it so far?
Oh, it's been a great year. The weather's holding up and lots of new faces, and we're about to get underway with champs versus chumps, so it's been awesome.
Yeah, really excited for that. The burning question that everybody wants to know, how did Jeremy really do as a caddy at Jonesboro?
Oh, he was fantastic. He carried the bag, he carried all my stuff, He was super helpful. I loved having him on the bag. He was just fantastic. So thank you so much.
That's what we like to hear. Thanks, Jeremy. Okay, sorry. I just want to interrupt you. It looked like the camera was just I think it did look like there was a little bit more there.
Oh, there was?
Okay, let me just have a look, 'cause I'm not too sure. I may have cut away a little bit too early. Let's watch that again.
Okay.
Hey everybody, Darryl from Chain Out Podcast here at Smith Lake Farm Disc Golf Camp, and I'm here with the one, the only Sophia Donica. How are you enjoying it so far?
Oh, it's been a great year. The weather's holding up and lots of new faces, and we're about to get underway with Chance versus Trump, so it's been awesome.
Yeah, really excited for that. The burning question that everybody wants to know, how did Jeremy really do as a caddy at Jonesboro?
Oh, he was fantastic. He carried the bag, he carried all my stuff, he was super helpful. I loved having him on the bag. He was just fantastic, so thank you so much.
That's what we like to hear. Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
How was he really?
So, yeah, like this guy, he just messaged me out of the blue and was like, hi, can I caddy for you? And I was like, oh, sure, I guess. But like, I was kind of nervous about it. And like,
It's kind of
like he kept saying stuff on the course. Like he would like kind of be moving, and you move right behind the target. And then the player had to be like, oh, you like don't move. And then he would keep moving. And,
Right.
So I don't know
So
what to say. It's super
Yeah.
embarrassing, but like Evelina came up to me after and was like, "Who's that guy that was caddying for you? Like,
Yeah.
is he no disc golf?" No, I'm just kidding. You're great. You're awesome. You didn't do any of that. He was awesome.
I'm never going to get hired again after that video. That is so funny.
Thank you to Sophia for. I went up to her and I'm like, "Can we play a prank on Jeremy? Can I just interview you to say that he was like terrible?" At one point, she was like, "I'm just gonna say that Evelina was like, is that your dad?" But she didn't. She didn't
But
say.
see,
it.
the funny thing is I could believe that part would have been true.
Yeah,
that's
there you go.
hilarious.
Thank you,
Is that
Sophia,
your
for
dad?
doing that for me, and that was awesome.
Oh,
Just
that's-
watching you laugh about it, that was cool.
Oh, that's great. And we've got so much we want to talk about tonight. We're going to try to
Yeah.
maybe extend this show a little bit after our guests are off, once we get a chance to talk with them.
Yeah.
And we're going to carry this right into Around the Basket. So we do have a guest in the green room.
We do.
I think we just jump right to that.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I'm
Yeah?
cool with that.
All right, so we got to scroll. Like, look at all this I'm scrolling through.
I know.
I know our listeners they can't see it, but just scroll. Here we go.
I mean, this is all off the cuff, right? We don't have any of this lined up.
Well, some of it is. It's kind of a mix of both, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, well, our first guest took down their first A-tier win of the year down at Spring Runoff.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went out to Crickle Creek Open a couple weeks ago, scored a tournament ace, and won the entire event.
Wow.
This past weekend, he was looking for his second win in a row at the Tournament Capital Open. Spoiler alert, Darryl, he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So join us in welcoming Noah Higgins back to the podcast. Back, Darryl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Hey, Noah, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. So obviously, first thing we got to say, congratulations on your second win in a row at TCO.
Thank you very much. Feels great. Really appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, looking here, it looks like you're back at home, and I'm looking behind you. You got the mantle there. Got space. Is the trophy just kind of hiding behind you? The new one. The oh, there we go.
There we go.
It's backwards.
Yeah.
Mirrored. Right there.
Perfect.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet trophies that they had this year. I was thinking, there was a 3D printed owl and on a piece of wood straight from Rose Hill.
Yeah, totally. It's this is what they look like. They did a really good job with them. Yeah, it's like a 3D printed owl. Super cool. Obviously, first MPO TCO, and then this is actually like a stump from a tree at Rose Hill. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool little thing they did there. Cool meaning behind it.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about it too, about you liking to win bird tournaments, but it's really starting to look like it on the mantle there with all the trophies.
Yeah, there's the only A-tier I haven't won is that the only A-tier I have won that isn't bird themed is Spring Runoff. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
And you have a hand in that, so surely you can just kind of like make it a bird theme somehow.
man, I don't know. If we could give it a shot.
Well, I'll tell you, when I go down to Spring Runoff, I think you get in Lethbridge, you get a lot of orioles. So that's a bird that you don't get in a lot of other places. So, we've already got something we can go towards.
There you go.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Well, we want to get right into it with you and talk about the tournament, do a couple of those round recaps because it was a pretty awesome event. You know, being out there this weekend, I got to see a lot of it firsthand, not necessarily a lot of the MPO play. Us MA40s started at like 8:00 in the morning, depending on where you were in the standings. But yeah, your first round, you were out at Rose Hill and you were playing with Dustin Keegan. You guys had battled recently down in the States and you were doing it again. And you got to the end of that first round, one stroke apart. You were sitting at -5. Dustin had -6, so he was just a little bit ahead of you. And it all came down to the final 3 holes. Now, at that point, when you finished that first round, were you thinking, all right, I got to battle for this one? This is going to be a tough weekend, or where were you thinking after round 1? Oh,
Sorry, I lost you there.
okay. We're I just kind of was getting to the point of asking you kind of after round 1, you were 1 stroke behind Dustin, and after battling with him recently in the US, where were you sitting there? Were you thinking, hey, I've got a tough weekend this weekend. I'm going to have to fight for this win?
Yeah, I felt that way for sure. I played pretty good in round 1. The last like 3 holes of my round weren't fantastic. I missed a extremely short putt for birdie on hole 18 in the first round, which was pretty annoying to end my day that way. But it was all good. You know, I figured Dustin and I were gonna have a good battle this weekend, and you know, it turned out the next couple of days Dustin just didn't have the kind of days that he wanted to, and I played well and got it done. But I was definitely expecting more of a tight battle throughout the weekend than it turned out to be. So, but you know, no complaints here. I like winning stress-free.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Carver Whitford and Eric Hjorth Olsen were both on your card for that first round as well. After that first round, they were right in the mix. They were only 3 strokes behind you. How did you enjoy playing with those two guys as well?
Yeah, those guys are awesome. Yeah, I've played with both Eric and Carver a bunch. I think I've played with Eric a couple times at like Falcons Flight and stuff. Yeah, really good guy, really fun to play with. Carver is always a blast. Carver and I have known each other for a long time now. We're not super tight or anything, but when we see each other at tournaments, it's, you know, always give each other a hug, kind of how you been. And yeah, Carver's a super good kid. Love playing with him. Just really brings good positive vibes to the card, and he's an incredible disc golfer too, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, that's great. We really like him too. We've enjoyed chatting with him and checking him out on the course as well. If we go over to round 2, local, because he works at local. Yeah. Johnny Munke joined you, Carver, and Dustin at MacArthur Island, and something happened in that round, Noah. Like maybe you just went off because there was 18 birdies out on that course to be gotten, and you found 13 of them. Like, what happened at Mac Island? Were you just in the zone, or what was going on that day too?
Yeah, I just stuck to my game plan. Obviously, like the course is a little bit birdie or die, if you will. It didn't really play out that way, to be honest with you. There was a lot of honestly not fantastic rounds on the pro side that day at Mac, but just stuck to my game plan. Didn't do anything honestly super crazy flashy. Made a couple big putts, but otherwise was just putting the disc where I meant to. Like the only hole that I lay up or play safe is hole 3. So just stuck to that. I played like perfect through the first 4 holes. Had a putting kind of mishap on hole 5. I 3-putted inside the circle, which was a little annoying. Missed a birdie putt on hole 6. But other than that, I played perfect in that round. Just everything was clicking, and it didn't honestly feel like crazy spectacular. It's one of those ones where you draw it up in your mind how it should happen, and then it goes exactly to plan, right? But I didn't do wildly unexpected, crazy cool. I don't feel like it just kind of worked out.
Is that kind of a sign of when you know things are going right? Is when it doesn't feel that spectacular, but you're still getting all these birdies? It just feels like, hell, this is just easy for me now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't want to take anything for granted, and definitely don't want to get too comfortable. But yeah, there's a lot to be said for like this weekend. I think I averaged about like 1039 or 1040 was my event average this weekend, and I really, honestly, truly felt like there was a ton of room for improvement.
Wow.
I played good for the most part, but there was a lot of really silly mistakes, and the biggest thing was just like short missed putts for birdie on a lot of holes. Obviously, it still worked out. I still won by a bunch, and got it done. But just really need to clean up, like not consistently like missing at least a singular like 18-foot putt per round, because I've been kind of trending doing that, missing one putt from like 15 to 20 feet every single round for the last couple months. But there's the other side of that where I tend to make up for it by making like a 65 footer on from hole, and then it kind of all balances out. But
Yeah.
there's always room for improvement.
Absolutely. Well, on that card, Carver and Dustin were right there with you, but right up into hole 17. Can you tell us a little about that hole and why it became such a score separator?
Yeah, like I think Dustin and I we were still tied going into like hole 14 of that round. And, it was pretty much really honestly just felt like a battle between Dustin and I, at least to me. And 17 came around. I mean, through 14, 15, and 16, I got all 3 birdies. I think Dustin went par, 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 and I went birdie, birdie, birdie.
Right.
So I got like 3 strokes there. It was something like that. And then 17, I threw my drive OB, but like way up the fairway, so I wasn't too concerned about it. Had a little tricky shot to get up and down, but got it done. Took my par, which I was totally fine with on that hole. And Dustin just struggled a little bit. Threw it OB a couple times, missed a putt, and took a bigger number than he wanted to. And before I knew it, I was winning by 4 or 5 strokes, and birdied 18. Then I think I had a 4-stroke lead going into the final round, which is a huge cushion. Even stepping up to the tee pad on hole 18, I checked the scores and I saw that I was up 3. And I just told myself, like getting the birdie here is very important. A 4-stroke lead going into the final day somehow feels much, much greater than 3. Even though it's just 1 stroke, it just seems like the difference between 3 and 4 is just a world of difference. And I just thought I'd feel much more comfortable with a 4-stroke lead, being able to play pretty defensively, if you will, on the last day. So got the birdie on 18, and got the.
He'll be back.
There he is.
There he is. Yeah, you're back.
Sorry guys, I don't know what's going on.
It's all good.
It's quick.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Well, and the thing too, just to give Darryl an idea, so that hole 17, like, what do you think was the width on that? Was it like, is it a 60-foot wide? Is it 100-foot wide? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe 75 feet wide.
Yeah, so think of a 70. Go ahead.
I think it's less than 100 feet for sure, and it also you might not really notice it at first look, but it also slopes ever so slightly to the left. So, like, if you want to put your drive way down the fairway, and as it's coming out of the turn and flexing back, it needs to hit the ground, like, really close to the OB line on the right, and then still barely stays in bounds on the left because it slopes down. That's where I would kind of wish I had, like, some sort of huge bomber forehand so that I could throw a hyzer kind of into that hill and it would stay.
Yeah.
But it's a very quick shot.
And it ate a lot of people's lunch, because not only that, Darryl, it goes out there, and as you get closer and closer to the basket, then you get this whole strip. So now you thought you had 75 feet. You've got pretty much half that, because one side is hazard for a long stretch. It starts to slope down underneath some willow trees, and now you've got half that fairway for the green. Wow. So it ate a lot of people's lunch. So Noah, for you to push it as far as you did and then go OB, that was probably the best way you could go OB if you had to go OB.
Yeah, when I was standing on the tee pad, I had my distance driver in my hand, and I also had a mid-range in my hand. I considered just going mid-range, like jump putt, take my par. But I figured, if I just smash it and go OB way down there, my chances of still getting up and down for par are pretty solid. So that was my thought process.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, when we get to the final round, you're back at Rose Hill. You do have a 5-point lead on Carver and Dustin, but this time Kieran Atkinson joined the card as the new second place player, and he was 4 strokes behind. And then going to round 3, like you said, you feel you had a little bit of padding there. Did you feel like anyone did have a chance to catch you at the start of that round, or when did you finally get to a point where you're like, no, I can pretty much walk this one in. I'm doing good.
Yeah, there was never a point during that final round where I didn't feel extremely comfortable that it was going to be pretty much a shoo-in. I threw a bad tee shot on hole 1, and got up and down for par. Everyone parred, and then I birdied like 2, and then I got 3, which is a massive bonus birdie. Like parred 4, birdied 5, parred 6, birdied 7, birdied 8. I think I shot 5 or 6 under on the front 9, and but at that point I was miles ahead. I think I had like a 8 or 9 stroke lead going into the back 9, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it was pretty comfortable at that point. Just, don't do anything dumb. Like even if you have a circle's edge putt with one of those big hills behind it or OB behind it or anything, just chuck it up, lay it up. I don't even care if it's for bogey. Like, just don't bleed crazy amounts of strokes away for no reason. Just play really defensively, and then it's no problem.
Yeah. And that's a good point, because there's so many, like, that's the thing about Rose Hill, is it's got so many great views, but the reason it's got those great views is because there's a ton of death putts and a lot of danger just waiting for you. Even when you think, oh yeah, I'm only like 25 feet away, and then the wind picks up, sends your disc over the basket and down a hill, and then you're in big trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just play smart, play defensively. No reason to get super aggressive when you got a big lead like that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of wind, obviously you're no stranger to wind, being down in Lethbridge.
Mm-hmm.
This weekend you had the wind, but you also had mosquitoes at Mac Island, and then a desert heat out at Rose Hill as well to contend with. Did either of those kind of impact your gameplay, or did they change your game at all?
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, round 1 it was a little windy. Round 2 was the crazy mosquitoes, and then round 3 was the extreme heat. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, round 1 for me, obviously, just like you just said, I'm very used to playing in the wind, being from Lethbridge, and that wasn't a huge deal. Round 2, I'm the type of player that, especially when I'm lining up a putt, I'm not moving a bunch. I stay very still, trying to like zone in, hone in on a chain link to focus on my putt. And when you're holding dead still, that's when the mosquitoes just keep you alive, right? So I was probably, if anything, in round 2, I was putting a little quicker than I might normally, just to keep moving. Because if you just keep moving, they can't get you. It seems like when you hold still, they get you. And then definitely the biggest thing was the heat in round 3. Just like, especially towards the end of the round, just exhausted, and just super clammy hands. I was missing like easy putts like through the last 3 holes of the tournament, which it didn't matter. I had a big lead, but it was a little bit annoying, but it was like whatever. But I just couldn't get a grip on the disc. Even I was dumping water on my hands and trying to like wash my hands with a towel, and I was using my like chalk bag, and just nothing was working for some reason. But I had fortunately built up that huge lead, and it didn't really matter. But yeah, that heat was a struggle on Sunday.
Yeah, it would, like they say, Kamloops is a desert. Like I heard that multiple times, and it certainly delivered in that 3rd round. It was as desert-like as it could be.
Yeah, it sure was. And there's not a ton of shade up there.
No, that's right. Yeah. Well, no, TCO puts on a great event, but it's not just the tournament rounds and the courses and how beautiful it is and how well they maintain it. There's lots of things to do outside of the tournament rounds. How did you enjoy the rest of the after round activities?
Yeah, it was great. I stay with Carrie and Craig for TCO, and they have great hospitality. Andrew stays there as well. And for the most part, I stay pretty chill and just kind of relaxed during tournaments. I try and get her like early bedtimes and just more focus on myself than anything. But yeah, like I went out and did the trivia on Saturday night, and obviously we had our little get together on Sunday at Carrie's house, and yeah, that's tons of fun. And I don't participate in those events as much as a lot of people do, but I still have a great time. And just really enjoy Kamloops, really enjoy staying with Carrie and Craig and their hospitality. And yeah, the event that Carrie and her team puts on is spectacular, and you can really tell that everyone has a great time. So it's definitely one that people look forward to, as always.
Yeah, agreed.
Amazing. Now, Noah, I think we may have teased it last time you were on, but we didn't actually go through with it. We didn't actually follow up with it. But Jeremy was saying that he beat you in a putting competition when you were down at Spring Runoff.
Yeah, sure did.
But I did hear that there may have been another Noah versus Jeremy competition.
Unfortunately.
Can you tell who wrote this question? How did it go, Noah?
Yeah.
I didn't ask it, Darryl. You asked the question. I don't know how that got in there.
So on Sunday night, Jeremy was over at the house, and Dustin and Zoe had bought Carrie and Craig a washer toss game set as like a gift for putting them up for the week. Mm-hmm. And we were all having a good time playing washer toss. I can't remember the name of my partner that I was playing with. We were playing doubles.
Alicia.
And it was Alicia. Thank you so much. Sorry, Alicia. And Jeremy and Andrew, I think, were partners. And Alicia and I had a big comfy lead going into the end. It was like first one to 11 points, and luckily it wasn't Jeremy that got it done. It was actually his partner.
Okay, now the truth comes out.
Yeah, exactly. And Andrew steps up and just sinks a dead center cup and snatches the lead right out of our hands, and game's over. But let me be very clear. Andrew won the game. Okay.
That is a fair comment. He did get the winning point there.
This guy will take anything he can get.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, and the thing with the washer toss, we'd heard about it from Luc Richard when we were talking about the DF Open, because they did that out there, and we were like, what is this? We didn't even know. So this washer toss, you think it's going to be nice and easy, or just tossing a washer into a box? There's a cup in the middle if you can hit that, but the washers, even when they go in the box, they bounce out. They're going everywhere. Right. But the one thing, Noah, you were the one who I think could hit the most center ones, because it was the hardest thing to do. It would just bounce in and out. Yeah. But Noah would hit it consistently. So it was even sweeter when Andrew put that last one in for our team. I said, no, we're going to talk about this on the podcast, right?
Yeah. I knew it was coming. I was preparing myself.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you guys are going to both be out at nationals as well. Mm-hmm. What are you planning for the next battle?
What's the next one, Noah? What do we got to battle on next?
Should we do a distance competition?
There you go.
As long as you throw with your left hand, I'm in.
Yeah. All right.
I think you might still have the advantage with the left hand.
A left-handed putter, he'll still beat you, Jeremy.
You'd be surprised how uncoordinated I am with the left side of my body. Yeah, you got me there.
Nice. It was an awesome weekend. It was so good getting a chance to hang out with you and spend time and seeing you win another one. It's been awesome watching your progress. Like, it seems like ever since the start of last year, you've found your groove. Everything's clicking. Just the fact that you said 1039 rated for the weekend and felt like you left something on the table. Like it's amazing just to see how good that's going. And even when we talked to Thomas Gilbert last as well, we were talking about how are we going to get disc golf bigger in Canada? What are the things? And he mentioned you by name and said, we need more people like Noah and like me who will travel around and go to different events. So everything you're doing for the sport is awesome. And we love watching it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I love doing it. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Nice. Well, we see too, just to kind of give everybody an idea of where they can see you next, if they'd like to, is you're heading down to Strathmore for the Alberta Open this weekend. And for ourselves and anyone else who hasn't been down there, how are those two courses, Strathmore and Four Sisters? Have you played them both a few times, or?
Yeah, I have played them both a few times. I haven't been there in a long time. It's been a fat minute since there's been a tournament there. The town course in Strathmore is very unique and interesting because it kind of runs through the town. It's in I don't know, half a dozen different parks within this neighborhood. It's kind of crazy. And you'll play hole 1 and 2 and 3, I think, and you walk across the street to the next park, and then you play 3 or 4 more holes, and then you walk across the street through the neighborhood to the next hole. It's pretty crazy, but it's a cool dynamic, really fun course. And then the other one, the Four Sisters, I honestly don't remember it very well. I think I've probably only ever played it once. Don't really remember it at all, to be honest. I remember that it's wooded, pretty heavily wooded, I think. Right. But I'll definitely get out there on Friday, and I'm sure as soon as I see the holes, I'll remember them. But off the top of my head, I can't remember. It's probably been at least 5 years since I've been out there. I play a lot of disc golf, as you know, and a lot of courses, so it kind of
start to blend together after a while if it's not a repetitive one. Yeah. But also too, stand out. Yeah, and I would say, so he's going to be up in Nationals in Grand Prairie, but I think if I looked and I've got it correct, you're going to be up in our neck of the woods coming to the Edmonton Open, are you too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm excited to go back to that tournament. Historically, have not played good at the Edmonton Open, but I kind of feel a little bit like that was the old Noah. So I'm excited to give it another crack because I haven't been there in a couple, 2 or 3 years, I don't think. So really excited to go back to that one.
Well, we need to get, is it Casey's name that's on all those wooden trophies on the tree?
Yeah.
We need to get a new name on there.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be coming out this year.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe, I'm not too sure. But I remember telling you when I first got into disc golf, I volunteered at the Edmonton Open.
Yeah.
And one of the highlights for me was watching Noah throw from hole 16 from the blue tee pad into circle 1, maybe circle 2 for an eagle putt.
Cutting the whole corner.
You just cut the whole corner. We went up there recently with Trent Michaud, and we were showing him where the blue tee pad was. Now that, the area just off the tee is kind of grown in a bit. So I don't know if last time you've played out there, I don't know if that shot across the corner to get to the green on 16 is going to be there for you.
Yeah, I remember maybe a third of the holes, but same thing. It
Yeah.
kind of blends together.
That's fair.
Honestly, to be totally honest, I don't remember the course that super well. But it's
Right.
like I said, it's the type of thing where as soon as I get there and see the holes, they'll come back to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's looking good. There's a couple new ones for you too. There's a new par 5, but I think you'll still be able to slice and dice out there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, excited.
Well, thanks for joining, Noah. We appreciate having you here. Is there anything before we let you go? Is there anything you'd like to give a shout out or anything else you'd like to mention?
Yeah, obviously since this was the TCO edition, just massive thank you to Carrie and Craig for putting me up all week. Even I'm going to BC Open next weekend, and it's a long drive for me. It's like 13 hours. And if I don't feel like powering through in one day, I'm totally welcome to stop in and just stay the night there. So those two are just so amazing to me. They're like a second home, and thank you guys both so much for all your hospitality and all you do for me, and especially to Carrie and her team for running an amazing TCO year after year. Just love you guys tons. Also want to shout out, oh my gosh, this is always mirrored. I always go to grab it over here.
There it is.
Prodigy put me on the core team this year, and they've been doing amazing stuff for me. I'm getting, if you wanted, I sold a ton of those goalie moose stamp discs at TCO this weekend. I've only got maybe a dozen left,
Nice.
but I have 100 more coming. So if you guys want any more, or if you never got a chance to get one, try and find me in a tournament. I'll have those moose stamp discs. You can always get my Tour Series FX4s online. Any way you want to support me means the world. And thanks to you guys for having me on tonight.
Oh, you bet. Well, it's great to have you on. And also let everybody know, too, is by getting those discs, they're actually helping. You said it means the world to you, and it means that you'll be able to get to the World Flying Discs championships there, too, because it'll help you with your trip to Lithuania. So we're excited for that.
Team Canada merch is out now as well.
Yeah, that's right.
It is.
So.
Yep, totally it is.
Awesome. And I'll tell you, I've got the F9. I've got your signature on it, so that always makes the disc a bit better when I throw it. But there were a few holes there, like Rose Hill number 2, going up the hill. It was just understable enough that in round 3, I parked. Well, I was in circle 1. But I did make the circle 1 putt and got the birdie. So, and that was the F9 that helped me get there. So
That's awesome. Glad to hear it. Love it.
Nice.
Awesome. Thanks, Noah.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks for your time. Good night.
Thank you.
Well, Darryl, that's it. I don't care what he says. Jeremy's got 2 wins.
Okay, you say that now, he's gone.
Yeah, even with Andrew. But yeah, no, that distance competition, there's no question. He's got that one.
Yeah.
Left-handed.
I'm
He
beginning-
could throw eyes closed. It doesn't matter.
I'm beginning to wonder whether you actually beat him at putting or not.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, it wasn't a head-on.
Did you get somebody else to putt for you?
No, you can ask Rebecca. She's impartial, or if anything, could be biased. And she was there. She's like, I don't know if I want to tell Noah what just happened.
I think it's a draw.
Yeah, there you go. Well, the one thing, what I do want to mention, and Noah got to it there at the end of the conversation, was I just want to put a big, huge shout out to the Kamloops Disc Golf Club and what they do, because, you've got Carrie and Craig. They're kind of the faces of the group.
Right.
And they're out there and they're hosting and they're doing all of these things to make the tournament as great as it is. But beyond that, like, Bill Letcher and Gabby Salazar, they're both out there doing a ton of work. They're mowing lawns and that. Craig and Carrie were doing a ton of weed whacking. You know, Clive from Flight Paths
I do know
podcast,
Clive.
he's doing a ton of work out there. Justin DeVries and Elizabeth DeVries. Like, you just start putting these names together and then you see them all together. You got Chad Smoliak doing all the kind of the behind the scenes and running the Rose Hill side of the tournament.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm probably not mentioning all the names, but they're just such a fantastic group of people, and they take care of their courses. They take care of everyone. It's amazing. It's awesome. Yeah. And we've got a great club as well, but it's just really, really cool when you can see the heart of a club, and it's a good one, right? Like, that's,
for sure.
It's fantastic. So, that was cool. And I think we saw Sam was in the chat.
Yeah.
And I want to, you and I didn't even tell you that Sam came out and caddied for me on round 2.
Sam caddied. So you caddied for somebody and then somebody caddied for you?
I had Mark caddy for me round 1.
Okay.
And we can talk about that because there's 2 shots that he quit caddying for me after 2 of the shots.
just throw your overstable zone.
I don't know if it was the choices by Mark or if it was the fact that I don't listen to Mark when he tells me to do something. But then Sam came along and caddied for me. Guess what? My round got way better in that second round. So there had to be something about that.
There you go.
Yeah. And then the third round, I had a caddy for half the tournament. So Mark took care of me for the back half, but he was a lot less suggestive the second round. But no, it was good. Yeah. So Sam was a great caddy. One of the best things was with that is that he was just there. He was supporting. He was doing the high fives, the good job, the cheering, and all of that.
Yeah. And
then I did go to him for advice once. I'm like, Sam, I know you're not giving me advice, but I need advice on this one. It was golden advice, and it all worked out well. So
he said, let me bring it up on the screen here. He says, also fun Mac Island fact, they have a huge rock snake, and he just spent 3 hours painting a disc golf rock for the snake.
Oh.
The rock snake. Do you know about that?
I hadn't seen the rock snake, but I did ask because Rose Hill seems so desert-like. I asked if there were snakes there.
Yeah.
And I was told there were snakes in the area, no rattlesnakes. There was other snakes that kind of mimic them or look like them.
Okay.
But I didn't know about the rock snake. But when you do go to Mac Island, so it's MacArthur Island. It is actually an island. It has a ton of baseball diamonds on it and soccer fields, kind of a rec center or a gathering place.
Yeah.
And then off in the one little corner is where this old golf course was that's now been turned into the disc golf course. So it's actually on the island, but pushed to the edge of the island.
Okay.
And when you're over there, they have a ton of marmots there, which are like the huge version of a squirrel.
Yeah.
And they're all over the place and they sound like birds. So you got marmots there. You've got Western painted turtles, which are really kind of endangered and rare, but they're out there. You get deer on this section of the island. So we had to wait to tee off on hole 1 because the deer were in the way. So we had to wait for them.
Yeah.
And then you get a bunch of birds and everything else. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's a cool little unique habitat where you're in this place with all this water, all this grass, all these mosquitoes, the rivers surrounding it. Yeah. And then when you're playing your other rounds, you're up on the top of this viewpoint in a desert-like climate, and it's the total juxtaposition of 2 different types of environments to be playing disc golf in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Did you see anything else in the chat there while we're kind of in the in-between here?
To do with TCO... no, Dina, who's a Patreon subscriber and obviously always in the chat, should give a quick, I don't think she's in the chat anymore. She did have to dip out. She just came and stopped and said hi, but should give a shout out to her husband.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah,
so
took down the win in NMA 40.
He did. He took down the win and he did it in commanding fashion. He ripped up Mac Island. I thought I did good with a +3. I want to tell you, he shot a -11.
Wow.
Yeah, so he just tore up the course.
Yeah.
But we had a chance when we drove out. We left at about 6 a.m. from Edmonton, 6-7 in the morning. And we got there to Kamloops about 3-4 o'clock. And Dina and Kevin were waiting for us. They took us around Mac Island. Mark, Tyler, and I, we all got to play. It was good. And then also, too, we might as well show it off because I don't know if everybody knows, but Dina, who is an avid listener.
If you put it.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. She also dyes discs and does a great job dyeing discs.
I want to, before I move this, can I just do something?
Sure.
So the last giveaway that you had was the FPO, the Queen City Classic.
Yes,
That is gone now. That is all finished.
And it got to Andrea Michaud, and she blew up our Facebook messages.
She did.
She's so excited. She put a video up there if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But this disc, you may have been looking at it all night. Let's get it here. This is the disc that I got from Smith Lake Farm. This is a 174 Innova Fox. Lovely pink and light pink, lilac maybe. Signed by Thomas Gilbert. Ian Anderson from Central Coast Disc Golf.
Sweet.
Nate Sexton, Chance Dad, and Sophia Donica down at the bottom. I don't want it, Jeremy.
You don't want it?
No, this would be our next giveaway. Or one of them anyway.
These giveaways are crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen yet, but this disc will be up on our socials, so look forward to entering our competition and being able to get a chance to win that disc.
That's a sweet disc.
One disc.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then what I was going to mention was Dina dyes discs. That's the name of her dyeing discs. And she had handed off a disc for me to bring back to Edmonton for Sonia.
All right.
So let's put this one in there and just show everyone what a Dina dyes disc looks like.
Yeah.
And see the great work that she does. There you go.
There it is.
So it's a Softberg X, pink and purple. So that's Sonia's disc. That's not a giveaway disc.
That's not a giveaway. No.
That's talk to Dina and work with her, and maybe you can get a disc as beautiful looking as that one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Cool. But I think, do we have another guest?
We have another guest waiting in the green room, Jeremy.
All right.
I don't think they're in the green room. They've stepped out of the green room.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Why would you be inside on a gorgeous day?
Really? They're
Exactly.
outside. Well,
Yeah. Let's get right to it.
Beautiful Canada.
Yeah.
Enjoy the outdoors.
Well, our next guest is ranked 8th in the Global Masters Series. She came all the way from Leeburg, Oregon to play TCO. She has played and won in Canada before, back in 2019. This weekend, 7 years later, she took another Canadian win at the Tournament Capital Open. Join us in welcoming Zoe Andyke to the show.
Hey, hi everybody.
Hey, how are you?
Amazing. I'm in a new place, in a beautiful, awesome place. This is not a fake background. I'm sure you guys know that. I'm actually at the Lillooet Brewing Company, which feels really cool because Thomas and Alicia, part of Kamloops Disc Golf Club, the president Thomas, his brother I think owns or works here and or manages this place, and he told me it's a great place to stop. And I was like, wow, that is going to time out perfect to join the podcast. And
There you go.
how cool, after making such good friends with so many of the members of the club and like having such a great week. This is pretty cool.
That
I
looks
have to say.
amazing. Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
We're glad you qualified it too, Zoe, because it almost does look like a painting behind you. It's just so amazing.
I don't know if you guys have been here, but like literally mountains in every direction. So, I'm really happy.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, when you and I chatted there, Zoe, on the weekend, you said that you were going to spend some extra time in Canada. You were going to head to Clearwater on part of that journey to check out the waterfalls. Did that happen, and how did that go?
That did happen. I am so lucky. We got like the most personal private tour from Dennis and his wife Christine, who live in Clearwater. That's what he's like third generation family that has given guided tours, has worked in the park, trail built, looked for old trapper line cabins, like you name it. He's got the history, he's got the hookup, and he took Dustin and I out there. He's like, no cell phone service for the whole day. Make sure you're prepared with all kinds of layers. There's gonna be mosquitoes, but I got to see 7 of the greatest waterfalls. I would say 3 of them are very accessible to anyone in the world that would travel there, and 4 of them were certainly a hike and the locals' knowledge, and really rejuvenating. And I'm coming off of a 10-week, well, it's really more truly like 12 weeks, but I'm coming off of a really long West Coast teaching tour, training tour, teaching disc golf to the tour card holders at different DGPT events, and then getting to play in 2 DGPTs and a couple A tiers. So I'm like kind of fried in the best way with my passion, but to put all this together and to be here and where I am and to take that win home and just everything right now is just I'm like on cloud 10, 11, or 12 or 20, you know, something
That's
like
awesome.
that.
Yeah. Definitely sounds like a great
Yeah.
way to finish your week in Canada and your whole West Coast swing. We do want to talk to you about your tournament, but before the tournament round started, you hosted, you say, talking about teaching and things like that, you hosted a You Play event. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that and how that went?
Absolutely. And actually, really cool for anybody that didn't know, and maybe you guys didn't know this. This was part two of a You Play event that started. Part one was all the way back in April,
Mhm.
and I like to call this like the ultimate You Play trifecta. We're almost 9 years old. We will be in August, and I've been teaching PE and a professional coach since way before that. So everything's kind of coming into fruition where we narrow our focus and we have three, you could call it products or trainings or ways that the nonprofit works with the world. And one of them is teaching children of all ages. And I know 99-year-old children, and I know like 4-year-old children. um, we teach professional development to teachers, and so that's for continued education. It's for your non-disc golfer that might never play disc golf, but that we hope offers it in school. PDs is where part one started, and the KTTA and Kamloops Disc Golf Club came together to make this really amazing, like, I think it was a 3.5 day weekend, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And
Okay.
then we flew back home and played in the Beaver State Fling,
Right.
which I placed second in, and it was like bam, bam, bam of a trip. But what happened then was uh, the large Pro D Day professional development for Kamloops area teachers happened over that weekend in April. And on that Monday, after playing a wonderful Valkyries ladies tournament and getting to hang with the club and do like professional skills clinic as Dustin and Zoe, Monday we got to teach a full classroom of 40. Even though there was, I think it was 700 or 800 teachers in the building doing all these different PD classes, we
Right.
got to teach 40 of them from around the area, and they've been raving about it ever since. They, from elementary age to I think middle school and high school age teachers were there as well. They're all going back to different schools all over the area, ready to offer disc golf. They've got the materials, they've got the lesson planning, measures of success, safety, all those things. So
Right.
unbelievably successful, and like huge hats off and thank you to Carrie.
Mhm.
She introduces us to the entire KDGC and the key members inside of like the educational system there. And I got to shout out Elizabeth and Justin, and I like to call him Coach D, or Mr. or Miss D, because like that's what the kids are calling them. And I always try really hard with my teachers and my community coaches to make sure I don't say their first name accidentally in front of the kids. But
Yeah.
I had Coach D and Coach D, like the power couple team, and so many more members from Alicia inside of the administration and also part of KDGC. There's just so many people to thank that we're ready to bring you play teaching here for the trainers and the teachers. And then now we fast forward to part two, making sure we got here right after the Northwest Championships. We got into Carrie and Craig's house on Monday night. Um, had Tuesday and Wednesday to kind of, I got to practice. Dustin was resting his shoulder, figure it out, do a few things, work catching up. And then Thursday, community coaching, which is the third of our trainings or products that You Play offers. And I am
Right.
so honored. We had 19 originally sign up, and then the one that dropped is actually Gabby Lee, and she still got her teaching materials, paid for those, and wants to do kind of a one-on-one learning. But 18 members that traveled from 6 unique disc golf clubs, majority being Kamloops Disc Golf Club
Right.
members, took the community coaching, walked away with materials that'll support them, walked away with what I call the keys to the kingdom. Like You Play never leaves anyone high and dry. We check in on them from our biggest industry partners in the Pro Tour, PDGA, UDisc, and everything outside of that and inside of that we work with all disc manufacturers and basket manufacturers. We offer kind of ways to make those small and local connections. And if you don't have them or ways to do them or run the recycled discs and baskets programs, we want to help you guys like create those within your communities, or else just bring you along and we'll help you use our partners. And it's always the best deal. So it's like
Wow.
that training not only for those 18 members, empowered them to support teachers that are getting a different professional development to offer it to kids and maybe never care or be a disc golfer, you know. Best case scenario, they are disc golfers and we hook them.
Yeah.
But these coaches can offer after school opportunities, leagues. They can support opportunities inside and outside of schools and community organizations. And then furthermore, just have really good conversation and good simple dialogue or lingo to support people in conversations that are in decision making positions, and that's community coaching too. So council members or grant writers or government, local government, large provincial government, there's ways to pull from PDGA, DGPT, and UDisc worldwide to local stats that really support, again, the best ways to talk about disc golf. We obviously excel at the educational stats, but it's like we just, in that community coaching training, we're seeing so much more involvement and empowerment. And we know that the teachers in the area are going to be supported because those coaches are going to go in and volunteer their time and make more opportunities.
Yeah.
And so the full circle of that disc golf pie just keeps getting like better and better and more filled in. And Kamloops really just did it for me, like the club and the disc golf community and the
awesome.
education and the teaching community outside of it. Just, it's really a beautiful thing what's blossoming there, and a mold to be like followed.
Right.
Uplay has been in Calgary recently, as recent as last summer. We've done tons of different years pre-COVID and even after COVID in Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, the whole Maritimes area. Got a lot of connections all throughout Canada, and just kind of feeling that highest vibe of really great delivery, but really great reception about what happened over this 2-part trip in Kamloops.
It's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
And
I could just listen to you talk all day, Zoe.
I realize sometimes I get going a little bit, and I'm like, gosh, I really wish Carrie and Elizabeth were sitting right next to me. And like, I'm kind of like getting a little red in my cheeks, but like, man, I could talk to you guys about this stuff all day.
Yeah.
The super wins that happened. And before we get into tournament talk, could I please say that we did that community coaching Thursday night. There's something we're going to talk about called the TCO that just kicked so much butt all weekend. But yesterday, Tuesday, we get to go into Aberdeen Elementary and Middle School. Justin's the principal there. I got to have my community coach, Elizabeth, with me, who had already taken the training. So now she's getting that one-on-one, like kind of highest level of experience and contact with Dustin and I in the classrooms. And we taught 242 students, from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock yesterday. Wow. And from 3rd grade to 8th grade, we had 4 aces.
Wow.
Backhand and sidearm. We had all 3 of us coaches during demonstrations, because we never let the kids throw until we show them what to do. You know, I wouldn't ask you to do it unless I could do it.
Yeah.
And so Elizabeth was the first ace. I was the second, and I got a forehand ace, and that is my non-dominant shot, which I just really dig.
Yeah.
And then Dustin got an ace, and Coach Justin, being the principal, the community coach, and I'm kind of just like soaking it all in and watching his students and his teachers. Then we had 10, him counting him 11, but 10 teachers and staff that participated and got that kind of free entry day and got hyped to know that they have baskets and discs in the closet and curriculum now that they've been afforded. So just have to kind of say boom, boom, boom. And that was the trifecta with all of the experience and the hours that can just be multiplied and shared now. It would be weird to be like, Uplay doesn't even need to come back, because I'm like, oh, I need to come back to the waterfall park. I need to come back and teach more teachers, play more events, snowboard, fish. So I'm coming back. But like, I believe if I or Uplay didn't make it back, we've got a well-trained army of like some of the best volunteers, some of the most organized tournament directors and tournament event running folks in the club. And it just feels really good to like leave a community like that. There's only a couple parts of the world that I feel that way about.
That's awesome.
So, pretty good
Now,
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like I say, I could listen to you talk forever. You're so positive. You're so pumped about everything. When you go back to like those early days of Uplay, you say it's coming up to 9 years old. were you that positive and that forethinking that this is where you thought Uplay would be in 9 years' time? Or is it far surpassed anything that you originally set out that Uplay was going to be?
Much more the later, far surpassed. I had dreams of, I mean, I figured I would just be teaching children because I didn't find disc golf till I was 21, and I'm a PE teacher and a professional coach in two different disciplines. So I thought, no matter what, as long as we can make sure that real coaching and real teaching is offered. Dustin and I never had that. We found disc golf separately. There was free for all clinics everywhere that are awesome, much like there still are, but there wasn't this continued education or this coaching you could find anywhere. And I'm not that old or anything, but YouTube wasn't really that much of a thing. And so maybe I'm a little old, but and so these kinds of stuff, social media wouldn't have taken off yet, and pros wouldn't be posting any kind of tips on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. None of that stuff existed. And so I thought maybe if we could just make sure that kids of all ages, as far as I could take it and teach it and make people care and reach, boy, we'd be doing good. And then there's this whole female athlete side of me that had to fix the problems being the weekend warrior in FA1 and not ever getting a full card.
Right.
Then there's this turning into FPO side of me that's like, dang, we got to get full cards and divisions. And then there's this teacher inside of me that in Oregon and mostly across the United States, the funding is really tough to get the opportunity to go to professional development. And I never got to go to some of those specialized trainings. But then, even though my headmaster principal didn't get to send me there from the school I was working at, I did get to do other specialized trainings that helped me do curriculum building and designing. That I would never know would set me up for this kind of success later in life in disc golf. But I have far exceeded dreams and accomplishments that I was just kind of hoping to attend. And we're
Right.
nailing it and we're knocking it out. And I actually believe that all the hard work and putting our life, and when I say our, of course I say Dustin, Keegan, and myself, but there's a big our and a big we in Uplay. The board of directors from the very beginning to all the changeovers of committee members and volunteers and donors and fundraisers. There's a big we that is blowing my mind with what we're able to accomplish. Still not very funded, but with a lot of believers. And I'm just being challenged at my highest level in my favorite passions.
Right.
And I'm finally rounding it back to the place where I can somewhat get free enough, right here between the ears, to be the player again. And that's where it all started. So you never want to squash that passion or that player, but you got to put things into perspective. And instead of being the next world champion or the next world number one at whatever, thing in disc golf, I realized that needed to come secondary to being making sure Uplay became a sustainable educational nonprofit for the world. And we're not all the way there, but we are going to be. And so I feel like I'm thriving on, we're doing more than I ever thought. We're narrowing down our focus to 3 products that actually make that trifecta work. And I think we're in this shift into 6th gear mode where this next 3, 5, and 10-year period is it. We're going to be the forever nonprofit, and we're going to see funding and sustainability happen for Uplay at all aspects, from the touring pro to the kindergarten coach and player.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Zoe, it is awesome. And as Darryl said, you've given us so much about Uplay in such a quick, short amount of time there. And one of the things that I was thinking about was we were chatting just before you came on about how amazing, I got such a good opportunity to hang out with the Kamloops crew and just how connected that disc golf club is. As you said, everyone from Craig and Carrie through to Clive and Justin and Elizabeth and Bill and Gabby, and just work your way through Thomas, Chad. We could just keep talking about them forever, and then add the Uplay component and your enthusiasm and Dustin's to it. And Kamloops was already an unstoppable force, but I can't even imagine what it's going to be like moving forward.
Dude, I have all these big dreams for everything that they want to accomplish, like it's like I already know they're there, and I can't wait for them to all text me and tell me what the next big event or thing is, and we will be back. I liked saying this. It was easiest to say to my mom, and then when I can say it simplified to my mom, I can say it to the world easiest. But like, I have new life goals on everything in the surrounding Kamloops area, from the waterfowl hunting to the everything that can happen in disc golf and beyond. And it's already been there's so much history and like the disc golf like root, like the lifeblood and like the magic that disc golf started with is there. And then like the new wave of disc golf is just so accepting and thriving and like into it. So it's a pretty magical place.
Fantastic.
Well, Darryl, we've talked about it too. We said a number of times in a lot of our conversations, interviews, if there's people who have a thought on it, is how do we grow disc golf? How do we grow it in Canada? I think we just saw exactly how you do it, and it's working.
Oh yeah.
Heck
I'm lost for words.
And get a hold of Kamloops. I mean, there's so many well-established clubs across Canada, which we've found, but boy, does it feel good to see everyone just like kind of at the highest level of their membership. Really, people know their jobs and people understand what they're doing, and they work together solid. It's a great model.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Zoe, we would spend the whole time talking about UPlay. I think we could probably do a 2-hour episode with you just on that. But there was a tournament that kind of happened at the same time while you were there.
Yes. And I pulled out a W. You guys, I broke through another huge barrier for me personally in pulling out that win this weekend. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a big FPO win for you. And usually on these shows, I know this is your first one for a recap with us, but what we'll do is we won't like deep dive. We'll talk a little bit about each round and just ask you a couple questions. And so like starting out on round 1, the FPOs got to play Rose Hill. You played a pretty solid round. You scored 5 birdies, including a turkey in there. One hole kind of got you for a triple bogey, but
yeah, and not the one. If any of you listeners out there have ever played Rose Hill, or in any iteration, but especially now, when I told Dustin in the parking lot, it was hole 16.
Yeah,
people are like, "Oh, what? Wait, what?" And I was like, "Yeah, you probably." There's this Mando off the tee. You wouldn't even notice, but anyway, so.
Yeah, but let's get past that. So you got past that, yeah. And by the time the round finished, you were in second place. You were 1 stroke behind Gabby Salazar. And coming out of that round and playing on Rose Hill, and you'd been up there before, how did that feel for you? Did you say, "Oh wow, I've got a tournament, I'm in it"? Like, where were you? What were you thinking after round 1?
Well, the exciting part was I didn't have very good service at Rose Hill, so I didn't know where anyone was at, and I just kind of assumed, okay, just based on my good friend Joe Henderson that came out from Calgary's reaction, I think I'm on top card. I'm pretty sure I just won my card, and so I had no idea where Gabby was at, but I knew I was in it, and so that was exciting to go down the hill, actually have lunch with Gabby and Bill, talk nothing about the round, but like talk just about like disc golf and life and general kind of stories. So it was so refreshing. And then go home and look at everything and be like, oh my gosh, Gabby's a stroke ahead of me. I didn't even like congratulate her. So later on, I'm like, dude, nice round at trivia. She's like, yeah, thank you. I was like, here we go. We got a little stack. We're at 1 down. What was it? 2 down, 1 down, and even. So then we got to play the next day at the Birdie or Die course, the park course, that didn't actually, was rumored to be made kind of tournament-ified, but really after so much work that the club put in on like other focuses and then making that new island up at Rose, I'm pretty sure that just keeping it was like the right thing for this event. So then Gabby and I get to face off and all the other FPOs, and you see birdies flying all over the place. And then if you go out of bounds, of course you're lucky to get a 3P, but you're probably getting a bogey down at MacArthur Island, and it's like you have to nail your drives and you have to make your putts. So when you see those FA1 and FPO birdies, again, for anybody that's played it, it's not all just a short course. There's some really long holes out there. I was so proud to see Joe get some of those big, huge birdies. I was so excited to see Gabby and I going back and forth. And then like seeing how it shook out after round 2, I was like, dude, we got a battle. This is like a dream come true that everyone gets to
Yeah.
like kind of come out and be like, nobody knows who's going to take it. There's so much trickiness, and like you have to be on at Rose Hill. And then who knows what the wind is doing. And the conditions were going to be the hottest the next day. So I think pretty much everyone I talked to was parallel with how I was feeling, was parallel with how Gabby was feeling. This was like the dream come true scenario. How boring to be smoking your whole field by 10 strokes or 5
Yeah.
strokes, or like a lot of strokes. But to have a battle and to have to like dig deep and have to like kind of bite down and go back to all the basics and aggressively not just try to skate or float or hang on. You have to actually play at a course like Rose Hill. You can't throw timid shots and all of the things. So again, the challenge was amazing. The battle was amazing, and day 3 was everything I could have wished for. But I got up to hole 16 and hit that damn Mando tree. Pardon my language. And it landed. My disc it didn't miss it. It lands at the top, like marking the drop zone tee pad. And I was like, what's going on with the whole 16 gods here? But again, greatest day ever. And can I just tell that whole 18 story? My motivating
go.
card.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, if you guys know hole 18, big island, but big shot. Big shot. My division was all 100% laying up. And I always, I've been playing pro since 2012 and used to be in the upper echelon of distance pre D1 athletes everywhere in our sport. So Dustin and I talked about how like if you're ahead and if you can throw the hero shot and if it's down to it, and all of the things were there. I had my overstable distance driver. I knew exactly what the shot would be instead of the layup that I did on round 1. But I've never been afforded that opportunity just because usually I've like fumbled it up and need to play smart and, do whatever. And so I had enough strokes. I had 5 strokes going into the final hole. And my caddy, Lauren from the island, was like, do you want to know where you're at? And I was like, actually, I just kind of want to know if I can try something that is just like right at or out of my distance range right now because I'm throwing pure hyzer for some reason. You lock into an idea. Pure hyzer with tailwind, hardest, biggest shot around the big tree and get in. And so I do it. I have the biggest like grunt power. I land on the rock. Bill was spotting, and then it could have flopped either way, in or out, but it flops out. No big deal. Upshot, chain out putt, tap in the 5. Excited to get the win, but like thank you to the FPO ladies that were like, please go for it, please do it. And big shout out again to Joe Henderson because she had kind of like enough sense on hole 18 and enough like or I wonder what maybe she wasn't thinking this, but I was thinking this for her. Wonder why Zoe chose the big stupid hyzer. Way harder shot when there was 0 wind, and I just literally talked about how I needed the tailwind to carry me just like for sure. And then I didn't even pick the disc in the notes. I picked this overstable race that's just a badass bomber. But it was funny. You don't ever know how much control you can have of your brain during a disc golf tournament. And I got that opportunity, and I love my ladies for getting me hyped to try it and do it. And it was almost there. So that was an almost hero story that still let me win. And that's a first for me after all these years.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Well, and Zoe, because I was standing there behind you and I heard you make that grunt. I think everybody who was watching you heard that grunt across Rose Hill, and that disc was there. We were all it was a holy shot of Rose Hill because we all wanted it to make the distance, and it was awesome that you were, like you were willing to give it a go, and you knew that. Hey, let's entertain as much as have a good time. Like, and that was the one thing I kind of felt from you on the card was it's like, you're there to compete, but that's not going to get in the way of you having fun. And it felt like I didn't even know if you checked scores because I just felt like you just had this positive attitude and said, I'm going to put my best game out there and enjoy this time with the ladies. And I don't know if that's the way you're thinking, but that's the way it came off. So.
And that is it. And to each their own on how they want to handle tournament pressure and brains melting out your ears and shoving them back in and all that kind of golf stuff. But I'm a firm believer when I give clinics, mental game coaching, all the stuff, tournament and competition. You can play freely for the whole event, and you can know where you're at and when your tee time is and where you're at for all of it, and not really be looking too hard or checking scores. But if you don't know where you're at and you're on top card and you're within a podium, specifically fighting for first and second, foolish in my mind. I know one of my great friends and heroes, Eagle McMahon, he's like, he's never gonna look. And then like people like Paul Macbeth, they play all the way through, and then they're like smart enough to be like, oh, I got this technology. Let's make sure we make the right play right here. And so I just try to say like, by the time you're at hole 15, depending on how hard the finishing stretch is, have your play for 17 and 18, have your hero shot if you can do it, and make sure it's well within your, like you can actually do it. And I was like right there at the edge, and I was missing those tailwind miles per hour, and I was like totally okay with it.
That's awesome.
So I think people should know in the last couple holes, if I didn't say that. But it's cool when you can just play that freely the whole tournament,
Yeah.
and then be like, all right, I want to do something here.
I'm going to do a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, you did take down the win. That was your second win in Canada, if we're correct. It was your first one since 2019. And it was also your first win of the year. And it was your
Can we talk
48th
about
win.
that?
Your 48th win overall. How
I
does
didn't even know that, but thank you.
Yeah.
I love when those stats come out.
Yeah, Jeremy does his research. How does that rank
Yes.
for you against all your other wins?
It's way high up there. I mean, I have a current shining from last summer Beaver State Fling FPO win that was a lifelong goal that you just kind of hope, just like the World Championships, will happen. And I crossed that one off, so it's still shining that hard in my brain and my heart. But this one isn't much different. It's not. I wouldn't ever say behind. This one's just a different scenario because
That's it.
there's a friendship. There's a friendship between Carrie and I, and a deep rooted bit of work since 2017 done throughout Canada, and then the way that Carrie and I came together and how she's invited me for years. And then like Val Jenkins and Juliana Corver are two of my closer girlfriends, and they have told me about this place. Paige Pierce is a lifelong best bud. I spend a lot of my time off with her as well, and she's told me about being here. And it's like, if all of my greatest girlfriends and legends
Yeah.
have talked about this TCO place, I know I'm playing a different course and a different layout, but I still get to put my like mark in history and then mark with the legends in this legendary disc golf scene. So it's a big deal to me. It ranks high.
Oh.
From what you've said and from what everybody has said, playing TCO is much more about playing the courses. It's the environment, it's the people, it's the whole tournament. It's not just the course. You're not coming up here to play the courses. So yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. And I think Zoe,
So true.
yeah, and it kind of add to that, Zoe, like for Canadian A tiers, this was the fourth one of the year. And this was our biggest FPO field with 11 ladies competing. And you had a chance to play with Joe, as you mentioned, one of our, all of them are our favorites. I can't even say one of our favorites because we love our FPOs in Canada. So you got to play with Joe Henderson,
Yes.
Gabby Lee, Gabby Salazar, Allison Radich, and Daisy Kelly. And what did you think about? And I know there's so many, JJ Sun and Sheila Tevis, and they're all there,
I
but
know
it's
there was a few I still wanted to play with even more, because the women here, they're really encouraging. Everybody's at a different type of skill that they are perfecting, and it is so much fun. I mean, it's just the type of competition you dream of. Also, I believe that there was an FP40 division and then an FPO division, and that's just how cool the FP40s. I mean, Gabby was signed up for FP40 before everyone kind of combined and decided to make that awesome, like, largest division. And that speaks a lot about each one of the competitors. It speaks so much about how they wanted this event to be that highest level for people that traveled from near and far to play it. for the locals and for the international players. That was a huge deal.
Yeah. No, it was great.
Oh,
And
and
go ahead.
sorry.
Yeah.
So I just keep going and because I had the best weekend. But
All the
I
time
got to
we've
play with
got for
Gabby
you.
Lee. Gabby Lee. In my first round, it was me and Joe, Gabby Lee. I got to play all 3 rounds with Joe, so that's a great stat. First round, Gabby Lee, and she reminded me because it's hard to go back through all the years and remember. But I was like, Gabby, have we played together, Gabby Lee? And she's like, yeah, like right when I was a newbie out on Prince Edward Island at Canadian Nationals, and I was like,
Oh wow.
whoa! And then it all kind of was like. And I remembered the rounds. I remember Paige being there. I remember all of it. I got second place a couple of years at Canadian National or podiumed, out there. And then I remembered thinking about how if this girl stays committed, and then all these years later getting that chance to play with her, oh my gosh, sky's the limit, like very high ceiling. And then again, like to be competing with Gabby, who could be in the FP40 division,
Right.
and to be the local kind of FPO hero. I could feel that like hot pressure breathing down my neck about I was cheering for her too. Like, when you're watching the NBA finals or you're watching NHL and stuff, like all that stuff boils in when we're talking about disc golf competition too. And like you gotta weigh out all of it. Like she's that local hero, and but I am also cheering for me every day too.
No, that's great. And you mentioned Gabby Lee, and Darryl will tell you if I don't have favorites, but I do have favorites, and Gabby Lee is definitely one of them. And one of the coolest things I
Yeah.
thought was on that second day, I got up in the morning and I knew what I was wearing to the course. I was putting on my Gabby Lee jersey. I show up at the course. Elizabeth DeVries has got her Gabby Lee jersey on. Gabby Salazar's got hers on. Miguel Alvarado's got hers. So Gabby Lee's making a mark in the Canadian FPO world when you've got 4 people without even talking to each other, all sporting her jersey to support her on their tournament day.
And multiple dudes. I was actually feeling left out of the kind of like the cool kids club. I was like, I need a Gabby Lee shirt right now. What am I doing? So
Yeah.
I will get one. So
Well, and I think my last
But
one I
yeah,
want to
thank
bring
you.
up too is, being that I helped out or I was following around, I ended up caddying a bit there for Daisy Kelly. And it was unfortunate for Joe because they were having such a good battle, and there's always going to be one person who's going to go up or go down. But I'm telling you, when Daisy threw that perfect shot on hole 12 right across the big gap and then started sinking putts left, right, and center, I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is on fire. And she's a new FPO because she normally plays FA1. So
See, and that was my first time getting to meet Daisy. How lovely to play with her. I could tell she was young and she's got some skill, another high ceiling, tons of athleticism. And again, that battle going on between third and fourth, that was getting us juiced up as well, because when when Daisy started getting on fire, I'm scratching my head because I still haven't looked at the scores, but I was like, whew, this girl's playing hot. This girl's playing so hot. Like, I'm probably going to need to talk to Lauren, my caddy, and check out where the scores are at. Like, that was literally how hard she was battling. And you're right, banging putts, nailing drives. And sometimes her discs would just flip over and hold and carry and then come back, like, in a way that I was like, no way, that kind of broke my brain. And she was just like, that was it. That's the plan. It was that posture and that, again, like cheering for each other and just high vibe on the card. It was really awesome to watch that.
yeah.
That's awesome.
No,
Yeah.
it was good. Well, Zoe, we don't want to keep you for too long, but that kind of covers the tournament. But you are like the best athlete at a tournament because you're a pro. People know you. You've been around the sport all the time. You could just go back to your house or hotel room and just hang out. But you were up and ready for everything, including trivia night, and were partying it up and having a good time. Like it was just so awesome to be there with you, and it looked like you enjoyed everything. It wasn't just one part of the event. It was everything that was there to offer. You were full send.
Full send. And, if I could give any pro tips to aspiring touring pros, local touring pros, don't sleep on the experiences that these organizing event crews and these clubs provide for you. Um, the Disc Golf Pro Tour is like I guess, the most decorated example of it. But we've got Disc Golf Pro Tour is only 11 years old. It's a baby,
Right.
short history. We've got places like Kamloops that have been nailing those player experiences and those get-togethers and those parking lot parties and those trivias, all those things for a while. And maybe they're testing out new stuff because they have so much experience. But as a player in any division, don't sleep on those players' parties, those raffles, those things that bring you together, because that is Steady Ed's most fun wins spirit of the game. It's where it all started, and it's important to make sure that we grow the game, but we don't lose the spirit, and that's where the spirit's found is in those types of activities.
Definitely.
Yeah. Carrie's
Well
mentioned that
said.
before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Zoe, like Jeremy said, we don't want to keep you for too long. We respect your time. Before we let you go, we want to give you a moment to shout out anything or anyone that we haven't given you a chance, or we haven't touched on yet. Anyone you want to give a shout out? Now is your chance.
Yeah, yeah. Because of part one and part two being so successful and being able to do this publicly, I want to I want to first shout out Ben Smith.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ben, for your time, your friendship, your time with me. Big shout out to Carrie and the club again. You're my new chosen family, disc golf family in the greater Kamloops area for sure. And then I want to shout out Dustin Keegan, my partner, for like standing strong and strong standing with me through everything, because I can really take us through the ringer and back, and the impact and the glory of like what this whole trip, I'm talking about Canada and Kamloops, but the 10 weeks of course can be involved. The impact of what this whole trip is big, so much bigger than us, and it just keeps getting more like obvious to me how lucky I am to be doing what I'm doing and in these shoes. So thank you to my Canadian roots and friends, and thank you to my best friend Dustin,
No.
and of course my
Awesome.
sponsor is Yao.
I'm thinking one of them might be Thought Space. Is that right? One of those
Thought
sponsors?
Space,
Yes.
obviously. Thought Space, Infinite, Pound disc golf bags, whale sacks, and then I always still shout out Disc Golf Strong, even though we don't see a ton about the academy and things like that anymore. I'm still a big pusher, believer, and like know that it's the right strength training and stretching to do.
Yes.
Awesome. And and if there are any listeners out there that are more interested in Uplay, you said you mentioned you've been all across Canada. What's the best way for people to get in contact with Uplay and find out more about your programs?
Oh, thank you. Yes. Duh. So, but please, everyone, get on the website. I feel like that's the kind of thing where it's always like a step behind what's like reality of what we're really doing. So I'm always hoping for big updates. But youplaydiscgolf.org, O-R-G, and then at You Play Disc Golf. That's the letter U, Play disc, D-I-S-C golf on Instagram, Facebook. And we got this nice guy that's going to help us get this TikTok thing going. Haha. Again, that's me talking like a dinosaur. But we do have a lot of really great people that are helping us get the good news out. And so please follow us if you're so inclined to donate or show folks the ways that have resources to donate. It's not just money, which is always great, from discs to baskets to pretty much anything. We can find a user for it or a club closer to you, so you don't have to ship it across the border. We don't want it shipped across the border. So if you have something that you think you can turn over in the disc golf world, you can just email me or info@youplaydiscgolf.org and let us know what you have, and we can help you resource it and find the right home. So thanks for
Fantastic.
letting me plug that, because Uplay is the people's organization for the world.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, with the Uplay side of it, Zoe, I do have something to say. Was when you and I and Darryl all got to first meet, we were on the Flight Paths podcast with Carrie and Clive. It was their Christmas special, and you were talking about Uplay and what was going on. And that was the time of year where I always look at it, my family and I, of how we're going to do our money and our donations. And you were promoting Uplay, and I was like, oh, this is a great idea. I can promote the sport I love and help people get into it. So we did all of that, and I am still, not only did I donate to Uplay, the Uplay group gave me a package, and I have still been holding on to that package and have not opened it yet. So I'm wondering,
Easy.
you've got a quick second for me to open it?
Yeah, let's go Christmas. This is from the December fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
we're
is literally disc off Christmas.
He knew this moment was coming.
Well, I wanted to make a video of it, and then I said, you know what? Rather than make a video, let's just do it on the podcast. So
Yeah.
Let's do it on the podcast. And
Yeah,
I'll,
let's see what it
I
is.
already did my little plugs while we're watching it unravel. I got my TCO. I got my Valkyries.
get,
Let's go.
can
Sorry,
you get,
let's
sorry,
try
hang on,
to
sorry, we got to
There
get you
we go.
back up there. Oh, there you go, yeah?
Let me see
Oh,
if
whoops,
this is going to
whoops.
work. No, that's going to be too close.
Oh,
There we go.
Okay.
Go in front of
sorry.
in front of your face.
face.
There you go.
Yeah, your volunteer mini. Those minis are so cool. I love it because that's like a Canadian owl kind of picture there,
Right,
but
yeah,
almost
yeah.
looks like a KFC bucket too.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, did you see that?
I
Yeah.
see the resemblance.
All right, so
All right,
you had
back
put
on
in
Christmas.
a Christmas. We've got a
Yeah.
towel. We got
But
a
did you read it?
This towel,
That towel
is a lie.
That's
Oh,
That's
this
your-
towel is my lie.
Yeah.
I'm not that quick, Zoe. So now I
That's a
can put
teaching
this
tool.
behind my
You can
disc.
set behind your mini.
Yes.
Yeah. And when you're teaching.
Oh, hopefully we didn't lose her right
She'll
at
be
the
back.
last moment. Oh,
Oh, you're back.
you're back.
We can hear you. Can you see us?
She might be.
It was so good all that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the
Looks like she
towel
might have gone.
is a lie, is what
Okay.
it was. If she calls back in, we can get there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was one of the things that was in the Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Should we keep going? Should I see what else is
Yeah.
in there? Should we wait a sec and see if she
Well,
comes back?
I'm just gonna disconnect her so that she can reconnect. Hopefully she clicks on the link.
Okay,
again.
well, let's go through them. We
yeah.
can
Well,
always
let's
go
just
through.
have a look at this.
Yeah.
So, Universal
I'm
Play.
so slow.
Yes, you
This
are.
towel is a lie. I'm like, why is it lying? But
Yeah.
it is lying because it's not a towel.
Cascadian disc golf, wherever that may be. Cascadian disc golf. This towel is a lie. Everyone always says, "Oh, it's an A4 piece of paper. Put a piece." Now you actually have a towel. You can say to anybody, "This is what it's got to be."
Yes.
Yeah, and obviously you play Universal Play disc golf logo right on it. Both sides. That's perfect.
That is so cool. And then also,
Yeah.
should we keep on going in here?
Keep going. I'm not
If
sure.
you want to do a
she's-
quick Instagram comment, you could do that too if you wanted.
Do you think she's gonna be aware of it?
Maybe. Ooh, and then a Velcro Uplay badge.
She ran out of data.
Oh, that's
she
okay.
won't be back.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But then we got a Uplay Velcro patch.
Yeah.
What else is in here?
What else is in here?
Whale sack.
Ooh,
Looks
I
like
that one.
Now, I don't want to be slow. Is that coffee beans?
That is coffee beans.
All right, so
Jeremy.
it's coffee beans. Do you think it's made out of coffee beans? Doesn't smell like it's made of coffee beans. No. And then also in here is a disc golf pro tour disc, and it looks like it might be from that company called Innova.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I hold it?
and see if you can figure it out?
I reckon that could be a Thunderbird,
No.
or it's a 10. Is it? I don't think that's a 7-speed, is it?
I don't know my discs that
Okay,
well.
what is it?
It's a TL.
Oh, it's an 8-speed.
Yeah,
That's a
so we got a TL
A TL
there.
or TL3?
TL.
Just a TL?
Mm-hmm. What else is in here? Something
That
ose?
was close. I said Thunderbird.
Oh,
It's an
a
8-speed.
thank you card. Oh, awesome.
Oh.
Oh, and it's all in there. It's a handwritten card. You can't see it, but it's written and signed by both Zoe and Dustin. And she said she'd love to come on anytime. So
That's awesome.
yeah, and then we got an awesome Uplay set of stickers here. So I think one might be there for you, Darryl, and one more disc in here. We have
2 discs.
oh my gosh, a Zoe Andyke signed
Thought Space.
Thought Space
That's
disc.
her disc.
That's her disc, and it is a Sphinx.
Nice. That's from no, that's Infinite.
Oh, this is Infinite.
Yeah, Infinite makes Sphinx.
But the design was so good, I thought it could have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
Thought Space with what it was. So, all of this to be said, if you don't love Zoe already,
Yeah.
you should by now. She's
That's
the most
amazing.
amazing. Her and Dustin are doing so many cool things. And then if you're looking for a way to donate some money each year, you can support disc golf and get a cool package like this when they do their Christmas one.
Zoe Andyke, number 39504. You know you've been playing a long time and your opinion actually matters when you know your number's that low.
Oh, for sure.
You listen to people when they have that low of a number.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, man, that was fantastic. What did you think about that for an interview? Noah and Zoe?
So, yeah, Noah and Zoe. Greybeard said, that's it. The next time I'm guesting from my pool or the course. Because
Because of that background in Lillooet?
Dylan also said, this has to be top 3 podcast guest backgrounds.
I'm thinking, what else is in the top 3 hours?
We got to have ours, and then you got to have for the flick
Scott
of it.
Stokely?
For the flick of it. Who's for the flick of it?
For the flick of it.
Who won TCO last year?
Who won Oh, that was when we had Jessica Goulet.
Jessica Goulet.
when she was
on
in
the harbor.
Victoria, yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Those are a couple of the really good ones.
Yeah.
But
And then Sam says the Sphinx is a sick disc.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, this will not go on a wall.
You're not going to throw it.
I will throw this disc.
Wow.
Is it numbers that I would throw?
I think it's an 11 speed, 11 or 12. I think it's like a destroyer. I don't
Oh.
quote me on that, but I think it's like an infinite destroyer.
Nice.
Stokely Ace.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure.
That
Or-
wasn't a great background, but it was a great clip.
It was for sure. Well, I think, Darryl, we kind of mentioned it a couple times. If the Tournament Capital Open is not on your list of A tiers to play, it should be now.
Yeah.
The crew in Kamloops, they're amazing. They're so well organized. We've talked about it. And really, everyone made you feel welcome. Like there was a whole bunch of people I didn't even get to see. Like Lane Mozoff was there and other people that I didn't get a chance to talk to. But everybody was there. Everybody's in for a good time. Special thing, if you didn't listen to last week's episode when we talked to Carrie, the Kamloops Disc Golf Club is putting their bid in for 2028 Canadian Nationals.
Right.
So if you could take everything that we just saw this weekend and then turn it into Nationals,
Yeah.
come on. Forget about it.
Forget about
Forget
it. Well,
about
you
it.
see, we see what happened with the Dieppe Open. That was their kind of preview of what Nationals was going to be. If TCO is what it's going to preview for 2028, if they get it,
If they get it, yeah.
going to be amazing.
Carrie says when they get it, she's manifesting.
Yeah,
She's
absolutely.
manifesting. So
Sam says it's the same as your mantra.
Oh,
And then somebody who really knows his discs says it's a Roadrunner bottom and a Valkyrie top, which
Oh
makes it
my
a flippy
gosh.
9-speed.
9.6 minus 3.1. This is my disc, Darryl.
Could
This is
all right.
for sure. At -3 with my stable throws.
Yeah.
This is going
Is
to
it
be.
going to replace your F9?
Well, no, my F9 is for flip overs. This one will be this. This will probably be my straight throw at -3.
-3?
It'll be my
Okay.
straight throw.
Fair enough.
I'm going to guess so.
That's amazing.
We talked about, I know there's a ton that we can talk about on the next episode, but I do want to chat about one thing you should watch to come out, which I don't think I told you about. Well, I haven't
Okay.
really told you about much with it. But Mr. Clive Lovett from the Flight Paths podcast.
I know him. He's English.
Yeah. There was Dennis Griffard was out there who
Okay.
was TD of
Clearwater.
Nationals in Clearwater.
Yeah.
He has it's like a tour. It's called the Doomsday Tour, but it doesn't have to do with Doomsday, the manufacturer.
Oh, okay.
It's just a tour called Doomsday.
Right.
But he was there and he put on a distance competition and a putting competition.
Right.
So my distance, not so great. My putting was not as good as it was. It was an interesting putting. It was a one and done. So
Yeah.
you started at 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet. As soon as you missed,
Yeah.
you were done.
Right.
If you got to the furthest, you started over and you kept on going.
Okay.
And that's how you got your points. So I got to about the fourth putt and I caged out. So that was that.
Sure.
But then Clive saw that and he thought he saw blood in the water.
Okay.
And he said, Jeremy, I think that Chain Out and Flight Paths need to have a podcast battle.
A podcast battle. How
So
does that work?
what we did is we did the putting competition. He filmed
Oh,
it.
you guys had to have a podcast
Yeah.
battle. Right.
So
Gotcha.
it was who was going to get further.
Right.
So I had to represent
Oh,
Chain
come on.
Out. on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So flight paths versus chain out putting competition.
Where is it? Where can we find it?
It's coming out. Do you want to know who won?
Well, no, don't spoil it.
All right. Well, it's coming out.
How is it coming out? Where is it coming out?
Well, Clive will put that together and he'll probably get that on some sort of Flight Paths Instagram or something
Okay.
like that. And then after that, there was a winner, there was a loser. Then we went to the distance competition, and
Right.
I'm telling you, my throws weren't very good.
You let us down.
Well, you'll have to see.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, there's something about being in a competition with another great podcaster that maybe drove both of us to new heights.
Right. Okay.
So
I look
watch for
forward to
that.
it. Yeah.
So Clive, if you're listening, my friend, get that out there. And I will plug Flight Paths as well. Gabby Salazar was their most recent guest.
Right.
Great episode. Check that out
Absolutely.
too. So
Secret word. We put it out in the chat. Caddy says Sonia.
oh yeah. Sophia's dad.
Sophia's dad. Island. Mac Island. A lot of island holes.
Mosquitoes, marmots. Oh, you play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swimming with Nate Sexton. No, I'm just kidding. Mac Island, Vancouver Island.
Bird trophies. Lots
Yeah.
of things like that. Rock snake.
Yeah, rock snake. I like that one.
It just
That
makes me
was-
think when you hear that, it makes me think of Rock Monster. Your
Rock Lobster.
B-52s. Oh, Rock Lobster. Sorry, you know what Rock Monster was? This is my parent coming out of me on Veggie Tales.
Okay.
They did a
I did not
spoof
watch-
parody of Rock Lobster, and it was with
Rock
Rock
Monster?
Monster. Yeah. It's on the pirates who don't do anything. That's how deep
I like
it goes.
islands because it ties Mac Island and Vancouver Island.
All right. Okay. Sounds good.
But anything you want to put in the comments.
And what do you do at this point if you've listened this far? There's one thing you got to do.
Well, you got to like and subscribe.
That's it. You got to head over to YouTube, subscribe to this station, put comments
this
in
works.
there. Help us get more attention to Canadian disc golf. It helps us when we ask guests to come on. They're more apt to know if they know that they're talking to one of the best podcasts in Canada.
The longest running weekly
That's
disc
it.
golf in Canada.
Exactly. So do that, and you can head over to Instagram, Facebook. There's lots of other places. You can head over to Patreon as well. You can join for free and get the link to join us for Around the Basket, our second show that we put on. If you join at paid levels, you get lots of bonuses like discounts on our gear. You get free entry into our contests, all those wonderful things. And
Don't forget to head over to chainoutpodcast.com to make your fantasy picks.
Yes,
All
should
type
do
of
that
good
too.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're at the end, but we should say we got two awesome sponsors. We don't want to forget that as well. BR
Yeah.
Disc Golf, and we've got Disc Republic. They do amazing things for us. I will tell you that Brendan had a few extra jerseys of the BR Disc Golf and Edga jerseys. The chain out ones sold out very quickly.
Did they?
Yes. Well, we didn't bring a lot extra in, but Brendan brought some of the other extras in, so you
I
can
don't
pick
know.
those up.
Okay.
And then the other thing I saw for what Jason's got going on Disc Republic is he's doing a premium mystery disc, $18.99.
A premium disc.
Premium disc. So $18.99. You don't know what you're going to get. All you know it's going to be a premium
You
disc.
don't know what you're going to get, but you don't get upset.
Yeah, you get what you get. You don't get upset. It's going to be like a box of chocolates, but it's all going to be good chocolates. That's
Right.
the one thing you know. It's like you've got Bernard Callebaut chocolates. You're like, I don't know which one I'm going to get, but it's top of the top.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So you can do
gonna
that.
be
And if
good.
you do either of those, use the code CHAINOUT at checkout. That's our promo code. It supports us, and it's just another way you can help the podcast out.
Is it time?
It's time.
All right.
And you guys, I think the listeners are correct.
What?
I think it was Sam maybe that said, you're kind of getting into this. You can't even pretend you don't like it anymore. You're like, practice here. Where's the break? Do you got it to go to the flow? We got to wait between beat. Like you've taken ownership of the drop here.
I just want it to be the best it can be. I'm not going to be the best, but
All right.
I'm
all
always
right.
improving, right?
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening. No, that's not it.
It's going to roll.
It's coming.
I think it's going
It
to.
is.
I see it.
I need to get mics.
So we can take them off.
BC Events ruled this week's show.
From Smith Lake Farms to TCO,
Learning from Thomas, Sophia, and Nate.
the venue, food, and course, we're all first rate. All right, we get the little. I'm not supposed to talk. In case someone remixes this. Heard he's at a breakneck pace.
Drap now stands for Darryl. 28 Nationals. Kamloops has the bid.
No, they didn't. Oh, yes, they did.
Disco for days. I'm glad I don't have gout.
So I can keep putting until I chain out.
Okay, last week it was something about Brussels sprouts. This week, I'm glad I don't have gout.
I told you. You said to me, quit using the same word all the time. You're going to get every word.
Okay.
But I am glad that we don't have gout.
Well, I'm glad too. Okay, Diggity D on the mic. Thanks, everybody.